Hey, hey, hey! It's KrepsyK! And today, we are reviewing the Theme Booster Bundle product. So I said a month or two ago that I'll be reviewing these, and I'm also changing the amount of booster boxes I open and the amount of secondary products, supplementary products like these. So I'll probably go two decks or supplementary types a month and two booster boxes a month. I'm going to reduce my purchasing of booster boxes just because they're a little more expensive than stuff like this. I could pick this up for like 20 bucks. So let's go ahead and get into this. It's going to be great. Ooh, I got to mute something here. There we go. Hopefully the sound quality gets a little bit better after this. So, I was not a fan of these until I started looking at them through a different lens. So everybody knows that the, what are they called? Jumpstart. The Jumpstart boxes were just absolutely insanely popular, right? And then people were talking about the other product that you just add lands to, basically, or they come with lands. I don't know. It might just be Jumpstart. Anyway, so I started looking at other types of product like that, and we got some Core 20 that we'll be opening up today. We've got some Ravnica Allegiance. It looks like Gruul. Ravnica Allegiance looks like Rakdos, and Throne of Eldraine Red. Yes, we'll be opening all of these, but the reason why I wanted to select these and open these is because I wanted to discuss who they're marketed to and who they're good for and who they're not so good for. Me, someone who actually buys packs of cards and boxes of cards, these are less appealing. Okay, these aren't necessarily for the heavy collector. These are more for new players and people who want to do sealed events with their friends. Obviously, these days, maybe sealed events aren't going to be as popular, but if you still have a couple of friends that you feel safe playing with, this is the type of product that I recommend you grab. At least give it a shot. So, like I said, to the collector, I don't think to, the person that buys packs of cards and opens booster boxes of Magic cards, these don't do very much for you. Because if you're buying a box, you're getting it pretty cheap, right? At least in terms of price per pack. Okay, and what comes in a pack? One rare. What comes in these? Approximately 1 and like a quarter rare. I think it's like 1 in something. I think the odds are on here somewhere. I'll find the odds in just a moment. But anyway, these are almost what, $6, $7, $8 depending on where you go. And since they're $8, they're almost twice as much, in some cases twice as much, than a normal booster pack, which has the same amount of rares. What sets these different? Here, we'll open up the Core 21 first. Let me just pop this bad boy open. I like this little inner sleeve thing. I can't find any use for these guys yet, but when I do, man, I'm gonna have something. Anyway, so that's the whole contents. So we're gonna take this, we're gonna toss that aside, and if you look here, look at the quantity of cards here and the quantity of cards here. What makes this so special? This has a large enough quantity that you can use it as a sealed deck, quote unquote deck, if you will. So instead of getting 15 cards, you get something like, it says it on the back, 35. Now, a good sealed deck has what, 40 cards? 17 of those approximately are lands, which means, what, 23? Well, you have 35 cards here, and you really only need 23 to make a deck. So, let's go through. We're going to open the first one, and the very first one, I'm going to grab some planes here. I've got some planes here. And we're going to build a quote-unquote sealed deck. And I'm going to save these and play them with somebody eventually. Obviously, I'm only going to be slapping lands in one, just so you guys get the drift, and then we will open the rest of these just rapid fire, because I don't want to waste your guys' time with this. But I do want to kind of go over why I like these for what they are, and why I don't like these for what I use, you know, what I purchase, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Moment of Heroism. A good boost spell. And I believe, yes, it's lifelink till end of turn. Daybreak Chaplain, nice, good value, 1/3 lifelinker, solid. Cryptic Caves, great way to draw cards late game if you don't need the land. Which, by the way, there's a land. So now we're down to what, 34? Okay. Soulmender, another life gain card. Steadfast Sentry, when it dies, put a counter on something, solid. Another Moment of Heroism, another boost spell. Pacifism, that's effectively removal. Angel of Vitality, 2/2 flyer for 3, and if you have enough life, becomes a 4/4 flyer. Very nice. Master Splicers, it's a artifact card. So we're gonna set this guy aside. He's not so good. Devout Decree, that could go on the sideboard, right? Exile a thing that's black or red. Okay, so that's targeted. We'll put that aside. Another boost spell, Inspired Charge. Squad Captain, when it enters the battlefield, gets a 1/1 counter for each other creature you control. That's a big boy. That could be a big boy or gal, I guess. Big gal. Moorland Inquisitor. It's a 2/2 for 2 that can, you know, get first strike. That's a good creature. Diviner's Lockbox. This is what I'm looking at here. Choose a card name, top of your library. Let's put this artifact in the quote-unquote sideboard, or less useful. Glaring Aegis, good enchantment, solid. Stone Golem, it's not a white creature, it's colorless. It's a 4/4 for 5. The value's not all there. I'm going to put that there for now. Inquisitor, another good creature. Raise the Alarm, creates a couple of tokens, good card. Eternal Isolation, that's effectively removal. Another Squad Captain for the big beastie. Pacifism, okay, a little piece of removal. Let's see, Dawning Angel. Enters battlefield, gain 4 life. That's another thing. So far, we've got a couple of flyers. Dragonfire is kind of removal, I believe. 2 damage, but it's 2 damage delayed, so we'll put that over here. We're pretending like we're building a sealed deck, by the way, if you're confused as to what I'm doing. Inspired Charge, another one. So far we've got 2 Inspired Charge and 2 Squad Captains, not bad. Griffin Protector, another flyer, that's good. Ancestral Blade creates a body and a piece of equipment. I would definitely put that in. Angelic Gift, a good aura. Yoked Ox, a good blocker in the beginning. Sentinel, and plus if we have auras and things, we draw them late game, or if we have that piece of equipment, we draw them late game. So far, I'll keep them in here for now. Let's see, what I say? Griffin Sentinel, 1/3 flyer. Like I said, we've got stuff. Hey, Apostle Purifying Light. It's a 2/1 for 2, and if you go up against black, it's a little more effective. Evolving Wilds, not so much a good card, just because we are playing mono in this instance, because this right here is its own sealed deck. Aerial Assault, very nice. Piece, piece of removal, and you gain some life if you got flyers. Another piece of equipment, and Herald of the Sun, a 4/4 flying angel for 6, and you can pay 4 and put a counter on everything with flying. So early game life gain, late game big flyers, and for the rare, Landline of Sanctity. Now I would put this here because I believe it just says you have hexproof. Now that does not pass on to your creatures, so I would not put this in my sealed pool, but this is pretty strong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So we could trim 4 more cards. Well, yeah, this is going to be one of our lands. But we could trim 4 cards out of this and have a straight 40 cards that we could shuffle up and play with a decent sideboard with a couple of answers, like red burn decks. That's good. Let's see, piece of removal there if we need to put some removal on it. A targeted piece of removal. So we've got 3 pieces of removal here for the sideboard, and we could put some other things in. Maybe we want to cut 1 aura just because we don't have enough creatures, or we might want to cut, I don't know, 1 inspired charge just because we already have 1, right? We've got some removal, we've got some creatures, they have first strike, and we just need to survive the day until we can get out our big bombs, which is kind of how sealed goes. So I would take this pool right here of what, 40, what did I say, 45? Well, would be 45 if I added the lands, and that's pretty solid right there. This is where I would put it. And have, 43, 44, count deck there for a sealed pool. This is, let's say, player 1. And then you would go player 2, player 3, player 4. And if you're nice, maybe, hey, you're playing 2 colors, I'll trade you an artifact or, something for this Evolving Wilds to give you a little bit more consistency. And, you're playing at home. This is not like a tournament setting, right? So that's pretty cool. And Leyline of Sanctity is a good rare. That's just nice to have. So that's why I like these for what they are. Now they're not marketed for sealed events, quote unquote sealed events, but I really think they should be. And this is kind of an I don't know, shout out or whatever you would say. Just, I'm talking to Wizards of the Coast here. Look, you guys know that Jumpstart was extremely popular. Why don't you advertise these, package them slightly different? Obviously, these go to big box stores, Walmart, Target, whatever else. I don't know who else sells Magic cards, honestly. But I saw these and I wanted to get them. So let's go ahead and get into opening the rest of these, because I know that's why you're here. And let's see what else we get. I'm kind of curious to see if there would be any deck more powerful. And I'm going to keep these quote-unquote decks together. And then the next time I see one of my friends, I'll just say, hey, pick one. And we'll play a couple of games and see which one is better. So let's go ahead and crack the Throne of Eldraine. I'm willing to bet that this particular one is going to be a little bit stronger than the white deck. But white and red, those are, I don't know, I guess enemy colors? Probably. But, red burn, white life gain. That's a common deal there. So, got Fling. That's a nice, I would definitely keep that in there. Scorching Dragonfire is a piece of removal. Ember Shieldbreaker, a 2/1 for 2 that could also blow up an artifact. That could be important, and it's playable. Trebuchet, whenever a knight enters the battlefield, maybe it's a wall, and it can ping, I guess, once a turn. There's a knight we were looking for, Weaselback, which is a playable card for sure. Thrill of Possibility, I would definitely play. Mad Ratter is very expensive and kind of, I don't know, thin, I guess. The odds of you getting to draw a second card any turn that this is relevant is low, so I'd take that out. Let's see, the Wolverine, Whenever you draw your second card, it's a 2/1 for 2 that has that ability. It's more likely to see play than this. This is not seeing play. These are might see play, so I'll put those over there. 7 Dwarves, a 2/2 for 2, and if we see another one, maybe that'd be good. Barge In's a good boost spell. Let's see, Sir Kara the Bold. Whenever you cast an instant or whenever this card or an instant or sorcery deals damage to a player, exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn, and it taps to do 1 damage. Hey, that's not a bad card. It can trigger itself. And if you need card draw late game and you got 5 mana and you already dropped this out, that's not bad. Fling, I would definitely have. I'd probably keep the 2. Scorching Dragonfire, another piece of removal. See, Redcap Raiders, 3/2 for 3. Whenever they attack, gains. Oh, and a non-human creature gains 1/1 trample. Nice. Claim the Firstborn. People use that all the time. Searing Barrage, 5 damage for 5. Adamant, if it was all red mana, which it would be. Let's see, 3 damage to its creature's controller. Not too bad. I'd probably put that in. Wolverine, like I said, 2/2 for 2. Not bad. Blow your house down. Up to 3 target creatures can't block this turn. Destroy any walls. That's a good, I guess, combat trick or pre-combat trick. That's a closer right there, if you're lucky. Heraldic Banner. Pick a color, they get buff. That's very good for mono. Let's see, Burning Yard Trainer. 5 mana for a 3/3 trample haste knight. And there's a battlefield. Another knight gets 2/2. Maybe. That's a maybe. We'll see. Another. Hey! Red cap and a Rimrock Knight. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Joust. So you could probably trim this down. Drill. Puppet I'd put over here. Merchant. Draw discard's good. Dwarven Mine. Probably keep. Let's see. Deals damage to a player. They discard a card at random. It's a 4/3 for. That would be one of the closer ones I would trim. I'd put that in the maybe pile. Hey, Embereth Paladin with the Adamant. 4/1 with haste for 4. Or a 5/2 with haste for 4. So I'd put that in for sure. Searing Barrage. Again, another good piece of removal. Slaying Fire. Good piece of removal. Barge in. The dummy. It's a 2/1 that you could pump later, but I don't know. Nice! We got a double rare pack. Let's see. Fires of Invention, which without card draw is kind of a weak card, so I would almost put that over here. But Torbrand, I'm surprised we actually got a double rare pack. That's extremely rare. This red pack is pretty solid. Let's see. This is probably what I'd start with and trim this if I need to. And then add these if we have what we need. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you could probably trim about 4. So it seems pretty common that you come to about 28, I guess, cards. 27-ish cards of your 35 that are really viable in a deck. And one of these are a land. So I really like the fact that you could just take these and build a sealed deck. So why don't we go ahead, put all of these together like we did the other ones. Like I said, I'm going to film us playing these, or go over the results of us playing these, I suppose. This one is the Rakdos, which I love Rakdos. This is probably the one that would definitely trade for that Evolving Wilds. So, we got a Maka. Not bad. Footlight Fiend, good card. Oh, I don't remember this card at all. 5/2 for 4 with Spectacle 3. Not too bad. If you could get out a 5/2 for 3, you're in business. Juggler. 3/2 for 5, Spectacle 3, ETBs, Deals the damage to you, draws a card. Maybe. Not too bad. Rakdos Roustabout, 3/2 for 3. Becomes blocked, deals 1 damage to the player or planeswalker it's attacking. Great way to get, what is that, Spectacle to go off. Rakdos Locket for the fixing. Good. Let's see, the Trumpeteer. It's a card. If you don't have any boost or you don't have the mana to pump it, that's a maybe. Got a Guild Gate. I'd definitely put that in. Rafter Demon. Spectacle. Spectacle is paid. Opponent discards a card, but it's a 4/2 for 4. Just I mean, this is just an attack in and just punch your way through type of deck. Spear Spewer, great way to get Spectacle. Dead Rebels, great way to get the cards back that you swung in with. Drill Bit, a great way to make your opponent discard a card. Scorch Mark, 2 damage to a creature for 2. It's an expensive shock, but it's a good piece of removal. Imp, let's see, exile a card from graveyard, gain 2 life. Yeah, it's a, what, 2 power flyer for 4? Not bad. Grotesque Demise, exile a creature. Daggercaster, sweeps everything for 1. And you get to swing in. It really makes your opponent not want to block. Clear the stage. Target creature gets -3/-3. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, you may return up to 1 target creature from graveyard to hand. That's a pretty solid card in sealed. Let's see, Scavenger, sack a thing, gets some counters on it. Scry, not too bad. Burn Bright, there's your boost spell. Dead Rebels again, great way to get cards back. Vindictive Vampire makes it so that, you know, when you gain or lose a creature, you get to drain your opponent. Not too bad. Junk Controller, I mean, kind of. You can tap it and put one of your creatures in the graveyard back in the deck. So if the game goes long, you could, theoretically, if you can block long enough and sustain long enough, you could use this to stay in the game. Not too bad. Fireblade Artist, one of my favorite cards from the set. Raptor Demon again, get the point. Great piece of removal with Scry. Again with the Trumpeteer, not sure. Not sure how I feel about it. Hackerbat was pretty powerful and sealed. Firewheeler was not bad and sealed. Good solid piece of removal here with the Skewer the Critics. Roundabout again. Yeah. Let's see. Carnival Carnage, one of my favorite split cards from the set. Another Roustabout. Another Footlight Fiend. Scrabbling Claws. I don't know how I feel about it. It's an artifact. It's a 1-drop. And for the rare, you got another great piece of removal. Bedeck, Bedazzle. And I'm going to leave these together here. And one of these days, we'll get to play all these decks. Not too bad. So, in the context of sealed, I think these are a fantastic product. In the context of collecting cards and building a broad collection, probably not so much. But if you just want to sit down and play a game with your friends, I'm kind of impressed with the way these work together. I mean, the cards are almost curated to work together. So let's go ahead and check out the, not Rakdos, I'm sorry, Gruul. Got a Wrecking Beast, 6/6 for 7 with Trample, and Riot. I'd probably put that in, it's a good bomb. Mammoth Spider, Gruul Locket, and the Guild Gate. Good fixing there. Arnix, okay. Gates Ablaze, I'd put aside. Gate Colossus, I'd put aside. Those are specifically for Gates decks, and they're not going to do you any good in this one. See, Rentorn, a 5-mana 4/4 Riot. Open the gates, a second Guild Gate. This one's going to be more consistent than that Rakdos one over there. Tower Defense, yeah, it's exactly what it is. Another Open the Gates, good card. This has some definitely good fixing here. Let's see, Ceratok. Deface, blow up a artifact or creature with Defender. Maybe. Maybe. See, Hobgoblin, 2-1 for 2. You could pay 3 and a green. Maybe. It's got a boost. It's not the strongest. A Shaman. Maybe. Caretaker. Let's see, what does it say? Tap an untapped creature with Defender. That's probably pretty thin. Might need to include this, actually, just because we're pulling a lot out of here. Wayfinder is more fixing, more boost. Cavalcade's probably not going to be a good card in this deck. The Runner is a good card. The Boar, not a bad card. The Crusher, not a bad card. The Vandal, maybe. Hold your lands, maybe trade them up for something a little better late game. And since there's only one, the potential for you drawing it late game are pretty high. Let's see, the Sunder Shaman, 5-5 for 4. This is just a good card. Collision Colossus, one of the most played uncommons from when this set was, I guess, legal. Let's see, Rubble Slinger, yep, that's a good card. The Airnex again is a good card. Fight cards are always good. In this case, I think Screaming Shield is a great card to include. Same with Rhythm of the Wild. Another runner, a Guild Mage, a Gore Clan Wrecker. Yeah, okay. And for the rare, in the last pack, we've got Rampage of the Clans. Probably not a good card here, because there are no artifacts or enchantments. Might only be artifacts. All artifacts and enchantments. Yes. I don't think you want to give your opponents all of those 3/3s, but leaving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Remember, 2 of those are already lands, so 4 more cards to be trimmed. It seems that all of these come to about 4 cards to trim down. So, in conclusion, folks, I think if you see any of these, what are they called, theme boosters like this, if you want to just pick one up, have your friend pick one up, grab a stack of lands, build yourself a 40 card deck, and just go at it, you could have an at-home sealed event with an entry fee of, what, $7, $8 a piece? I think that's a pretty good price. I know you're paying $8 for a rare and some uncommons, which for a collector is not that great, but for somebody who just wants to do an at-home event, or like a Discord event, if you can manage it, if you can find some way to play online with these cards, you know what? It's kind of not a bad gig. These look like something that I'm definitely going to save these exactly how they are, and I'm going to go play with some of my friends the next time I see them. And we'll do a sealed event between us. So, that being said, I want to thank you all for stopping by. I want to hope that all of you have a great day. This was KrepsyK, and I'm getting out of here.